It seems extraordinary and very slightly ironic that it's the same Cabinet Office who is defying the Baroness and not handing over unredacted WhatsApp messages that is also telling Boris Johnson, who has handed out most of his unredacted messages. He hasn't handed the ones that were on his old phone, but he has handed in the old phone and said, look at this if you think you dare. It's extraordinarily ironic that it's the Cabinet Office that then threatens him and says that he will be denied legal aid in an effort to protect public funds if he seeks to undermine, if you seek to frustrate or undermine, either through your own actions or the actions of others, the government's position in relation to the inquiry, unless there is a clear and irreconcilable conflict of interest on a particular point of issue. So, presumably, if Boris tries to undermine the Cabinet Office's decision not to surrender this information, is that what that's suggesting? So his letter to the Baroness saying that she's quite properly decided to leave no stone unturned in your search for the truth about the government decision-making during the pandemic. As I wrote to the inquiry yesterday, I see no reason why the inquiry should not be able to satisfy itself about the contents of my WhatsApp and notebooks, and to check the relevant WhatsApp conversations, about 40 of them, for anything that it deems relevant to the COVID inquiry, and so on. So it's a little bit ambiguous, but it does seem the Cabinet Office is out to muzzle Boris if it possibly can. Of course, Nadine Dorries cannot stop herself. My goodness, she's not very good at answering letters, but she's terribly quick off the mark when Boris is in any way threatened. She says that it was not a good look for the government. Well, nothing is these days. I think appointing her as Secretary of State wasn't a terribly good look. Getting her in the House of Lords won't be a terribly good look, but there we are. She said, all evidence provided should be unfettered and not restricted to government censorship, whatever form that may take. I'm unfettered. Tory donor, Lord Crudas, who is also a great fan of Boris Johnson, and so much so that Boris Johnson handed him a peerage. You pay for your friendship, said that Boris should not be held to ransom by the threat from the Cabinet Office.